What is up, all you amazing digital entrepreneurs? My name is Simon, and if you know me, you know I love talking about money, mindset, and motivation. So you may have seen a clip that I put out recently that talks about 4 ways where you can create more sources of revenue through passive income. I love passive income because you can make money when you sleep. And this is essential in helping you create the vision, the life that you want, and the life that you deserve. Here's the deal though. If you missed that, we're going to dive deep. And today I'm going to share with you those 4 streams of passive income and how you can tap into that. We're going to dive a little bit deep. I'll be right back after this. Welcome back, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We're going to be talking about passive income. Who doesn't love passive income? Think about it. Making money while you're asleep, while you're on vacation, while you're working in a job. I think it's so important for us all, especially entrepreneurs, to spend some time to intentionally create some streams of passive income. And I'll tell you why that's so important, especially as an entrepreneur. Before we do that though, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button. Don't just hit it, smash that thing so that I can be here with you day in and day out and supporting you on your entrepreneur journey. Okay, so back to why this is so important for an entrepreneur is, when you're not trading your time for money, and you start, selling your skill sets, what can happen is you have a client that drops off, right? Maybe you have like a slow time. Like right now, we're kind of going through a recession. I know a lot of entrepreneurs who are really struggling because people, money starts to shrink, to dry up, and then people spend less, and then that can directly affect your income. And one thing I want to get you away from is trading time for money and creating systems. And that's what passive income is you're creating systems that actually spin off cash flow, and you don't necessarily need to be there. You can do the work up front and create an asset that does the work for you. It's absolutely brilliant. I'll give you an example of this. And, last year we did a 5-day LinkedIn ATM challenge. I call it an ATM challenge because, we want to turn LinkedIn into an ATM machine so you can make some withdrawals anytime you want. But we did a 5-day free challenge and we sold an upgrade for it that was like $47. And we ended up making $2,000 just off the low ticket VIP upgrade. Then we had a mid-ticket course that we sold after that. And then, for the people who really wanted to get some up close work with us, we sold one-on-one coaching, and it ended up being like a free challenge to $35K. But here's what's crazy cool is we had this free challenge that was recorded, and now we turn that into a passive income vehicle. So I took the recordings of the challenge and we set them up so that we were running ads. People could do the same thing, just we weren't there anymore. People could still sign up for this challenge. 6, 8, 12 months later, they're still able to watch this challenge. And then we do the same thing. We'd sell an upgrade, right? We'd sell access to a different course. And what happens is people end up paying for that, and that becomes a passive income stream that pays for the advertising that we're used to even run those ad campaigns. So we've just created an asset that not only creates passive income for us, but also pays for our advertising. So that's what I want you to wrap your head around. If you're an entrepreneur, if you do not create systems that scale, you will be painting yourself into the corner. And that's a problem that a lot of people have, is they go from being self-employed, an employee, to being a business owner, and they're not truly learning how to scale their systems. And they end up wearing all the hats, and basically they get so busy that they can't grow anymore. When you create passive income streams, when you create these vehicles, then that allows you to remove yourself from the business and also fund other things like growth. So if I have a passive income stream that can pay for ads or pay for a VA, that's how you scale, my friends, and that's why it's so important. All right, without further ado, let's dive into my 4 favorite ways of creating passive income. I'm going to start with dividend-paying index funds. So I'm going to break this down to you. And the reason why I like this is a very easy way to start creating passive income. A little bit slower, and it does require a financial investment, but anybody can access this so easily. And I started making the commitment for myself back in 2016 to start working on building up streams of income through dividend-paying stocks. So if this is all foreign to you, I'm going to make it really simple for you. A stock is just a small portion of a company. And when a company gets big enough, let's say Xerox or IBM or Coca-Cola or McDonald's, what happens is they're not investing as much in the growth of the company because they become so large, and they take their profits and they give the shareholders a part of that. And usually this is on a quarterly basis. They'll send you what's called a dividend, which is, a payment, a passive income payment from this company. So you can research and you can find companies that pay out dividends. And that's great. But what's even cooler is you can invest in what's called an index fund. Now, an index fund, instead of investing in one single stock, an index fund is a basket of stocks. And you can go out there and research and find an index fund that focuses specifically on including dividend-paying stocks as part of their portfolio. So you invest in the fund and you're diversifying yourself among a bunch of different stocks that pay dividends. What's really cool about these particular funds is a lot of them will pay out instead of quarterly because they hold so many stocks, they end up paying monthly. So you can start with $500 or $1,000 and immediately start getting some passive income. It's going to be small in the beginning, and then it will start to grow. Now, here's what I would recommend is that you take your dividend and get it reinvesting. So those little slivers that you get every single month, go back and start to buy fractions of that index fund, and it starts to grow and it starts to grow. But here's the thing is it becomes perpetually strong. Over time, the dividends start getting larger and larger, and they buy bigger portions of that index fund every month. And this can grow and compound. It's absolutely beautiful. So that's my first recommendation, is for you to start creating passive income through an index fund that focuses specifically on dividend stocks. Okay, let's jump to number 2. This is my second favorite way to create passive income. This has to go to digital courses. I'm obsessed with creating digital courses. Such a great way to leverage yourself. So here's the thing is a digital course is basically, exactly like it sounds. You create a course that teaches somebody how to do something. Here's the kicker though, is you don't have to be this absolute guru to create a digital course. Like I did, my first digital course was on LinkedIn, and I had gotten a lot of people asking me about LinkedIn when I first started getting going on the platform. This was mid 2020, July of 2020. And a couple of months later, I started noticing that people were always asking me about LinkedIn. Can you tell me about this? Can you tell me about that? And I thought to myself, well, that's a perfect topic for me to create a digital course. So what did I do? I did it. And it was so easy to make happen. And you don't need to get all fancy. You can get better as you go along. But leveraging LinkedIn was the first course I ever created, about my first digital course. And I'm so glad, because I remember getting that imposter syndrome. Who am I to teach this after doing it for 3 months? But you know what? That's what triggered me to do it, is I want to learn. Learning is the biggest thing. And you'll probably get your butt kicked in the beginning until you really start to understand how to market these things and how to sell them. But that was what I was looking for, is to learn how to do it, to go through the process. Here's what happened though. Over the last several years, I ended up making 6 figures from this LinkedIn course, right? And it's something that anybody can buy. And it's so nice, when I get a notification on my phone that somebody bought my LinkedIn course and there's money in my bank account. This is a perfect example of passive income. I created the asset, and then that now pays me passive income. And another example of that is I started to notice that a lot of the people I was trying to help were struggling in creating money as an entrepreneur. And I noticed that there was something very common, and this is a little tip for you, is that people who struggled in entrepreneurship the most, they lack clarity around their niche. The niche, meaning their specialization, either a segment of the market or a specialization that they focused on. A lot of people that were having a hard time booting up their business really struggled because they weren't clear about their niche. So what did I do? I'm like, I'm going to solve this. I can help people without being there. And I created what's called the Nail Your Niche workshop. So those are two examples of digital courses. I'm going to drop those in the description just so you can take a look and see what it's all about. But that's another great way to create passive income. And I would say that, just off the top of my head, digital courses is the number one source of passive income for me. Okay, let's dive into number 3. What is the number 3 favorite form of passive income for me? Let's give it to affiliate income. So here's the deal. Here's how I kind of got on the train when it comes to affiliate income is as I'm coaching and teaching other entrepreneurs, people ask me things like, what do you use to store your digital courses? What's the app that you use? And like, I found myself talking about Kajabi, which is one of my favorite apps. And like, I went like a year without even thinking about seeing if they have an affiliate program. So basically an example of this would be Kajabi. I get all these people, all these entrepreneurs, like, what do you use for digital courses or email marketing or creating funnels? And I'm like, Kajabi is my favorite app. And I'm so passionate about it. And then I was like, I wonder if they have an affiliate program. So I looked it up and they do. And for example, Kajabi pays out, I think like a 30 or 40% commission on like people that you get to sign up. That's crazy. So Kajabi is $2,000 a year. And if somebody signs up because I recommended it, like I make like $600 off of that. That's actually paying for my wife's Lexus. Don't tell anybody that. That's pretty cool though. So I want you to think about this. What are the apps that you use or programs or services, like products, like find out the stuff that you hear yourself just like passionate about and sharing with other people because like they like to buy it because you've referred it. And there's nothing wrong with you making a commission off of that. I would suggest make sure you're genuine about it. Make sure you're not just doing it for the cash, but like start with asking yourself, what is it that I recommend all the time to other people? Then see if they have some type of an affiliate program with them. Here's something that's really simple that any of you can do is you can sign up for Amazon. They have what's called the Associates program. So like, if you recommend books, like I always get asked, like, what are your favorite books on money mindset? Oh, okay. Well, Think and Grow Rich is one of them. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So think about the stuff that you find yourself recommending. And the super simple way of doing this is just sign up for the Amazon Associates program. And then you can make little bits of passive income for, I guess, big bits of it if it's an expensive item. But really, like, think also about like apps that you use or products and manufacturers. Go to their website and like Google it, see if they have some type of a affiliate program. But this is a really, really good way to create passive income, especially if a lot of companies have moved to a more like recurring, what they call a recurring revenue model. So for example, Kajabi, instead of just selling you the app, I mean, especially when it comes to software, they do this, it's usually some type of a monthly recurring billing. So if you recommend products or services, offers that are a monthly recurring revenue model, that's a great source of passive income that can pay you over and over, especially if people like the product or the offer or the service and they get to, think about a bank, right? Like how hard is it to like move banks? So think about really good services. People are going to want to continue those. And it, eventually it becomes difficult to leave that service. So anyways, make sure, like I would start with making a big list of what it is that you use, what it is that you love, and what is it that you recommend. And go to the manufacturer site and see if they have some type of a referral or affiliate program. Okay, let's dive into number 4. My number 4 favorite way of creating passive income. I just mentioned the Amazon Associates program that anybody can sign up for. Here's the deal is when, that was one that I was like, why am I not signed up for this? It's like so easy to do. And I went on to Amazon and I was like looking around and there was something that's a relatively new program called the Amazon Influencer Program. A little bit different than the Amazon Associates. But this is what's cool is once you apply for this and get accepted, you can start making what's called on-site commissions through Amazon. Like so many people use Amazon. We all probably have at least 100 products that we bought from that site. Here's what this is. It's, you can go, like, for example, I can take this microphone and do a review on it. This is the Shure MV7 digital microphone. And I could like record a video on this. and I can tag it to the item that's being sold on Amazon. If somebody watches the video, they watch me talking about the Shure MV7 and they're like, oh, I want to buy that. Or maybe they don't buy it. Maybe they surf onto something else and purchase that. If somebody watches my video and they go purchase something through Amazon the next 24 hours, then I can make a commission off of this. That is pretty powerful, right? This is what I love about it, is because it's a way to, like, I can record a video and start uploading these, and they're going to sit on the site for a while. Like, certain things have to meet the algorithm, but if people are watching these videos, this is literally such an amazing form of passive income, because I can be making money while I'm asleep. And like, I signed up for this program and I started uploading videos, and I think I made my first dollar off of the Amazon influencer program probably about like 7 to 10 days after I applied for it. I was blown away. I was jumping up for joy. This is $1. Like, I get paid a lot of money when I do one-on-one coaching. I'm pretty sure I was more excited about this first dollar that I made through this new Amazon influencer program. Anyways, if you want to learn more about that, I've also created a playlist that breaks it down and explains everything top to bottom about the Amazon influencer program. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in doing, make sure you check out that playlist. And I break down, what it is, how to apply, and then some best practices about getting going. So I'm totally going to document my journey on that. Okay, so there are literally so many different ways that you can create passive income. I've shared with you 4 of my favorite, but what I want from you is to start thinking about this more. Be more intentional about not only learning about this, but finding ways that work for you to create some passive income to support your entrepreneurial journey. So 1, be intentional about it. Here's the mistakes that a lot of people fall on. Is there, obviously you can make more money when you trade your time for it, but we want you to escape that. We want you to create systems that do the work for you. This is the essence of an entrepreneur, is for you to be able to remove yourself and have money or digital assets creating more money for you. So please don't fall into the trap that most entrepreneurs fall into, is they're not being intentional about this. They're not thinking about it, and they end up painting themselves into a corner. And then they have no bandwidth to do stuff like this because they're so busy wearing all hats in the business. The other thing I would say is, okay, you hear me talking about this all the time, is to play the long game. Okay, no matter what, as an entrepreneur, this is a longer term play. And the biggest mistake that people make when it comes to entrepreneurship is they think, oh, this is taking too long, or this is not working. So they let off the gas and they give up. Okay. When it comes to creating passive income, generally that's even longer. So go into this mentally prepared and just like play the long game, and you will be thanking yourself down the road. So I told you about dividends. I started working on those back in 2016, and it is 7 years later now. I am so grateful that I've been working on that, but that was a slow process, right? And what happens is over time that exponentially grows. So if you focus on this and if you play the long game, down the road, you're going to be like so glad that you focused on this. Okay. So I'm going to wrap this up. Again, I just wanted to remind you of what the 4 streams of passive income that I love the most. Number 1 is to focus on index funds that specialize in dividend-paying stocks. Okay. That was number 1. Number 2, I love this, creating a digital course. Okay, every single one of you has something that you were good at that somebody else is like, I wish I knew as much as you. You can turn that into cash flow. You can create a digital course. You only need to know 10 to 20% more than the average person, and you can create a digital course around that. Okay, number 3 is think about the stuff that you recommend, the stuff that you know and that you love, that you tell your friends about. Start with a list and find out if any of those services or products have some type of an affiliate program where you can get paid, you can get a commission from recommending those products. And then number 4, please check out my playlist that talks about the Amazon influencer program, where you can actually do reviews of the products that you own, that you've purchased from Amazon. You don't even have to have purchased them. It could be something that you own that they sell on Amazon. As long as it's the exact same thing, you can make a commission for that. Okay, so here's your call to action. Again, make sure that you hit subscribe on here, and then check out the stuff that I am dropping in the description of this video. I'm going to leave you some links to some of my digital courses so you can see what that is all about. And then make sure you subscribe to the Mindset Hackers podcast. So if you have a podcast app and you like listening to podcasts, check out Mindset Hackers on any platform. Thank you so much, and I will catch you on the next video.